movie starts with a man named Greg. He was drawing pictures during office time. Greg was drawing those pictures because he had seen those spots in his dream. He went to those places in a dream. At that time, his daughter Emily calls that she was doing her graduation, and she called to invite her father to the graduation ceremony. Greg was recently divorced, but Emily loves her father a lot, and that's why she has invited him to the ceremony. Greg was getting calls from his colleagues and other office workers as it was office time, but he was busy drawing. He even drew a picture of a woman. And finally, when his boss called him, he left. But mistakenly, he leaves his wallet on his desk. When the wallet was focused, it was seen glitching as if it were made of a hologram. He was seen having a conversation with his boss. Due to his irregularity and absence from work during work time, his boss fired him. At that time, Greg was not responding, and when his boss was trying to help him, a sudden push from him made his boss fall down. And during this process, his boss died. Greg was frightened because he had killed his boss. He made his boss get up and hide him behind the curtains. He left the office. He went to a nearby bar. There was a woman named Isabel. She does some magical movements, and not only that, she also asks some weird questions to Greg. Hearing the last question, Greg was freaked. She asked if he was real. Isabel tells him everyone in this world is fake, and to prove her point, she does magic. And something falls off the hand of a waiter at that place. She also knows about Greg killing his boss. Greg was confused. Isabel assured him she would sort things out for him. She wouldn't even let anyone know anything about his doing. But in return for all this, he needs to do something. He needs to go to the washroom. There is a man who is her partner, drunk over there. He needs to go and get the locket with him. When he said she could do that with her magic, she mentioned she can't apply magic to real people. And like them, that man is also real. He gets the locket for her, and she takes a crystal from there and drinks it. She helps him. She makes the window fall through her magic. And along with the window, the body of his boss also fell. Police investigated and found it to be a suicide case. Greg was relieved to see this on TV. Isabel also sold Greg's cell phone. She takes him to a place where she lives. It was more like a place where homeless people lived. Greg can't go back either because his wallet is left at the office, and his phone has already sold out. He checked the news at night once again. He liked Isabel's company. Isabel teaches Greg some magic that they can do in this fake world. Greg shows Isabel those pictures he drew. He felt like he had gone to these places. He even showed a picture of the woman. Isabel tells him it's her. In the real world, they are partners. On the other hand, Greg's daughter Emily was searching for him. She went to ask for her brother's help, but he doesn't help her. Here, Isabel and Greg were having the best time of their lives. They used that orange crystal and did everything that they liked. They even taught a lesson to some harassers. They did theft and pranks, and Greg was even caught by the police, but he was released eventually. Isabel asks Greg to order some food. While he was ordering, Isabel went into someone's car and went from there. As Greg didn't have money, he couldn't pay for the food. Being sympathetic, after some time, a worker from the restaurant came and gave him the food for free. Isabel came by then. She took him to her partner, who can make those orange diamonds. While they were making diamonds and having a conversation on Greg's topic, Greg was standing outside, and Isabel found him at that time. She was very worried about seeing him in such shabby clothes. She wanted to take him with her, but he denied it, so she gives him her contact number and goes from there. Isabel comes and sees that. She tells him all these are fake, and there is no reason to get worried. They went back to their place, but on the way, some people were harassing them. So Greg ate those diamonds, and by increasing his power, he killed those people. In the morning, Greg didn't find Isabel around. He thought about going to a phone booth and sending some audio messages to her daughter. When he came back, Isabel was furious. She thought he had left her, told her he was going to send a message to his daughter. She kept saying, "These are fake. There's nothing to be worried about for them." Now, Greg needed proof. All this while he believed Isabel, even without any proof. Isabel promises to show him proof. All this while they used orange diamonds, and now she showed blue diamonds. They need to intake blue diamonds through their nose 10 at once to get back to real life and see the simulation they are in. They were short on diamonds, but it worked. When Greg's eyes open, he finds himself in a lab-like place. He met many other people around him, including Isabel. They were all kept in such a way. Their brain was kept in a stimulation that helped them travel to a separate world. This setting was created by Isabel. In the real world, Greg is a scientist, and Isabel is his partner. They were both working on a project all this time, but Greg doesn't remember anything, neither about his profession nor their project. Here, he saw many different kinds of people. He saw people who weren't there, but their figures were there through holography. It was more like a happy-go-lucky city. Everything was lively. Greg starts seeing those things he used to draw about. That was his house in the real world. Every drawing was resembling, including the picture of the girl. It was Isabel. Greg was enjoying his time in his real world, while his daughter was searching for him in the world of stimulation. Isabel tells Greg that the better this world seems, the less good it is. There are many things that make it horrible. People are rushing after new adventures. They are inventing artificial intelligence, space mining, and many more. Isabel shows Greg an invention of his named the visual representative. It represents anyone's imagination on television. Greg is so happy to see such an invention by him, but Isabel says that she is worried about her research on brain stimulation. Greg gives her courage. Illusion is such a player. In the next scene, they are seen going to a party. There are various people, mostly related to research. There, they meet a guy who has seen Greg's invention and praises it. There was another person, but in holography he came and let everyone know the issues of the fake world. The man whom Greg and Isabel had met at the beginning of the party came to meet Greg stealthily and gave him some information. The research that Isabel was doing there was something wrong with its machine, and she should be aware of this, otherwise it wouldn't be good for her reputation. Isabel gets to hear that, and she takes that as a taunt and accuses everyone of envying her. She claims that no one can see her success. On the other side, a holographic character was seen. It was Emily. She was able to see her father. She could see this world. There was another man with her also. There was some issue with the research due to which Emily came to the real world from that fake one. Isabel was seriously stressed about her research. Greg told her it would work out. Now it's time to reveal this research in front of the whole world. The next day, they reveal this research at a conference. Greg sees Emily over there. He first thought it was his illusion, and later he saw her again and went after her. He asked her how she got there. Emily was confused by Greg's words. She even asked her what he was saying. She told him to get back home. Emily gave him those orange crystals and vanished. On the other hand, some weird people came up and attacked Isabel. Greg ate those diamonds and helped Isabel to get out of that place. They were confused about what was happening. They saw some holograms automatically changing their form. Isabel understood it happened because of her. The blue crystal they took to go back to reality. They were supposed to take 10 each. As they didn't follow that, the real world and fake world merged. They went searching for the guy who was helping Isabel make crystals, but her partner wasn't found anywhere. Greg saw his boss from the fake world right over there, and alive. Isabel understood that due to her mistake, the entire fake world was rebooted, and everything started from the beginning. Isabel killed some people during this time. Later on, Isabel found her partner but thought he might kill her, so she shot him dead. They took crystals from him, but that wasn't enough. Emily was still searching for her father and went to her brother to ask for help. Isabel was crying because all this was happening due to her. Emily comes there in search of her father and wants to save him. Police take her. Greg tells Isabel to go to the real world, taking the crystal, and he won't go anymore. Isabel might come back later and take him back. It doesn't matter to him anymore. Isabel went before officers, and by taking crystals, she went back to the real world. During that time, Greg went away. While walking, he saw a rehab center, and people were talking about their issues over there. And Greg told everything that he faced during this time. He even told about his daughter, but he isn't sure if that's his real one or not. The twists and turns of the movie took place due to Greg's drug addiction. Even Isabel was a drug addict. She was a prostitute too. She used to go to other men's cars to arrange for that drug money. When they took the blue crystal, their power was so much that they went into their imaginative world. Greg started seeing things, which he drew back in his office. But in reality, the real world was the one where Emily was. And the second one was an illusory world where they used to go after taking drugs. The crystals they were having were drugs. Even at the beginning, Isabel sold the phone. What does a phone have to do with the real or fake world? She sold it to buy crystals. Orange crystals were a little less effective, and blue ones were heavily effective. Even at those times, they thought they went back to the stimulation world. It was the time when the effect of the drugs was going away. People in Greg's office disliked him due to his drug addiction, and he was even fired from duty for lagging at work. Emily knew this. That's why she kept searching for him. Days after, Greg went to meet his daughter. As he had said long ago that he would be there at his daughter's graduation ceremony, he went there. At the end of the movie, his daughter was happy seeing him there.